You may start now.
So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, my name is Ahmad Ashraf. This is Amirul Shahril, Nur Masturina, Nurul Naziha, Farini, and Azwani Sarah. So, our topic is the association between sleep quality and academic performance.
Our problem statement is first, studies indicated that students of Norwegian who receive inadequate sleep are too much sleep are reported to have poorer grade point average academic performance. As you can see from the graph, those who have the highest grade point average are those who sleep around 8 to 9 hours.
Got it.
Second, in Holland, 80% of adolescents use cell phones during the last hour before bedtime. Third, studies indicated that low percentage of sleep efficiency were associated significantly with lower grade point average. As you can see, regardless the percentage of sleep efficiency, girls will always have better grade point average than boys.
The research question is first, what is the relationship between sleep quality and academic performance? What is the relationship between stress level and academic performance? Third, what is the relationship between the number of minutes of gadget used at bedtime and academic performance? Fourth, what is the relationship between the number of hours for exam preparation and academic performance? And the last one is, what is the difference between gender and academic performance? Our objectives is to determine the relationship between sleep quality and academic performance, to find out the relationship between stress level and academic performance, to determine the relationship between the number of minutes of gadget used at bedtime and academic performance. The fourth one, to find out the relationship between the number of hours for exam preparation and academic performance. And the last one is to determine the difference between gender and academic performance. Our mediator is stress level. The confounding is number of hours for exam preparation. Our independent variable is sleep quality. Dependent variable academic performance. And our moderator is hours of gadget used at bedtime. Our topic is about sleep quality versus academic performance. Our population is all public university students in Malaysia. The sample is 168 students from 21 public university. Our independent is sleep quality and dependent is academic performance. The research hypothesis is there is a relationship between sleep quality and academic performance. There is negative correlation between stress level and academic performance. There is a relationship between the number of minutes of gadget use at bedtime and academic performance. There is positive relationship between the number of hours of exam preparation and academic performance. There is a difference between gender and academic performance. The significance of the study is give benefits to the students and also university. Second, the students are able to know how to gain a good sleep quality for a better academic performance. Third, to tell the student that the number of hours of gadget use at bedtime affect academic performance among students. Four, help the researcher to investigate whether the number of hours of exam preparation is associated with better academic performance among students. Fifth, students are able to know their stress level during study life. Lastly, this will also increase the number of students to graduate on time. The limitation of the study or the result of the study may not be completely applicable for all Malaysian university students, since our study population are restricted for public university students in Malaysia only. The students who are in their first semester are part of the limitation as they have never sit for the final examination as does not have their CGPA. Therefore, the sample are only to be picked from semester 2 and above.
So this is our literature review. So for the first literature, the title is Impact of Stress on Academic Achievement Among Engineering Students. So the objective of this journal is to find the relationship of stress with academic achievement among engineering students. So the result from this journal is there is no effect of stress on students' academic performance, which indicates both high scores and low scores have high stress. So the second literature is Gender Difference in Students' Academic Performance in Colleges of Education in Borno State, Nigeria, Implications for Counseling. So the objective of this journal is to examine the difference between students' gender and academic achievement in colleges of education in Borno State. So the result finding is there was no significant difference exists between gender and academic performance in colleges of education in Borno State in favor of female students. So the third journal is reviewing the impact of smartphone usage on academic performance among students of higher learning. So the objective of this journal is to find out the relationship between smartphone usage and academic performance among students of higher learning. The result is there is no significant relationship affecting the academic performance of students in using smartphones. Next. The title of the journal is Does the Quality and Quantity of Exam Revision Impact on Student Satisfaction and Performance in the Exam itself? So the objective of the journal is to determine the relationship between the revision period and the examination itself. So the result is time spent of exam revision for examination was not correlated with the performance in the exam itself.
Proceed to the next journal. The title of the journal is Stress and Academic Performance, Empirical Evidence from University Students. So the objective of this journal is to investigate the relationship between stress factors, perceived stress, and academic performance among students in a Malaysian public institution of higher learning. So the results, there is a statistical significant difference between the level of perceived stress at the beginning and middle of the semester, but not statistical significant between the beginning and middle with the end of the semester. The second result is the correlation wasn't statistical significant between the level of perceived stress at the beginning and middle of the semester, but statistical significant between the end of the semester and with academic performance of students. The next journal is Good Quality Sleep is Associated with Better Academic Performance Among University Students in Ethiopia. The objective is to determine the relationship between sleep quality and academic performance among university students in Ethiopia. So the results shows that the students with better sleep quality score achieve better on their academic performance based on the p-value 0.001. And the second result, there was a statistically significant difference in mean CGPA between students who sleep greater than 7 hours and those students who slept less than 5 hours, and between those students who slept 6 to 7 hours and less than 5 hours per night. The next journal is Sleep Quality and Academic Progression Among Students of Tabriz University of Medical Sciences, Northwest of Iran. The objective is to examine the sleep quality and academic achievement among university students across all medical disciplines in Northwest of Iran. The result is there is a positive correlation between amount of sleep per night with increased grade point average GPA. And the last journal is the interaction between sleep quality and academic performance. The objective is to examine the relationship between sleep quality and academic performance. And the result is there is no relationship between general sleep quality during the semester and academic performance.
For type of study design, there is a number of content, reference period, and nature of investigation. Since our study involve only one content, with the study population is a cross-sectional study. Cross-sectional study, also known as a one-shot or case study, are the most commonly used design in the social science. Reference period will prospective, because prospectives always refer outcome in the future. We classify our research as a prospective because we must wait for an intervention to register its effect on the study population. For the nature of investigation is non-experimental. Back to definition, when a researcher cannot control, manipulate or alter the predicted variable or subject, but instead rely on interpretation, observation or interaction to come a conclusion, that's we call non-experimental. For our research is non-experimental investigation. For the sampling design, we use quota sampling. Our population is all students in public university in Malaysia. By using PS calculator, we get 8 students for each public university. That is 21 public university. So 21 times 8, we get 168 sample. We use a quota sampling technique. For data collection method, we use online questionnaire. We create a web form in the database to store the answer and statistical software to provide the analytic. The questionnaire was distributed to the public student via online platform such as WhatsApp, Instagram, and S. By using this method, our response rate will very high because it's generally quick and easy for our respondents to answer the survey at any time and place.
Okay, now we proceed to the results. So the first one is the demographic characteristic. So as we can see, the variable for the gender, we can see that female answers more questionnaire compared to male. And mostly students use on less than 120 minutes gadget use at bedtime, and the CGPA also shows that mostly out of 168 respondents, 82 students achieve CGPA 3.5 and above. And we can see the last one, studying hours per day. Mostly students also study 6 hours and above. Less than 4 hours per day for the examination. So we proceed to the first result, the relationship between sleep quality and academic performance. As we can see, the p-value is 0.4253. This indicates that p-value is larger than alpha significant levels. So we fail to reject the H null, and we can conclude that there is no relationship between sleep quality and academic performance. The next one is the relationship between stress level and academic performance. And we can also see the p-value is 0.1919, more than the alpha significant level. And therefore, we can conclude that there is no correlation between stress level and academic performance.
So next, the relationship between the number of minutes of gadget use at bedtime and academic performance. So the p-value is 0.0259, less than alpha significant level 0.05. So we reject H null. So the conclusion is there is a relationship between the number of minutes of gadget use at bedtime and academic performance. Next, we want to find the relationship between the number of hours for exam preparation and academic performance. Okay, also we see at the p-value, which is 0.6794, larger than alpha significant level 0.05. So we fail to reject H null. So we can conclude that there is no relationship between the number of hours of exam preparation and academic performance. And lastly, we want to find the difference between gender and academic performance. So by using the p-value 0.6335 larger than alpha significant level 0.05, so we fail to reject Ashna. So the conclusion is there is no difference between gender and academic performance, which is the mean CGPA for male and female is equal.
So for the conclusion, we can conclude that sleep quality of public university students getting are not correlated with their academic performance in examination. Other than that, we can see that most respondents are female students. This indicate that female students are more likely want to participate with our project. And as we can see, the mean of the stress level is 21.4881. This indicates that most students are on stress levels on the highest stress level because above than 7 indicates high stress level. And the last one we can see the mean of the sleep quality is 7.464286, which indicates that mostly respondents have poor sleep quality. That's all from us.
Reference.
This is our references. Okay, thank you, sir.
Right. Let's look at your objective first.
Okay,
So
sir.
your objective is to find a relationship between sleep quality and academic performance. Can I know how you collect it? What is the type of variable for sleep quality?
Variable.
What is the type of variable for sleep quality and academic performance? Is it continuous or categorical?
Both are continuous, sir.
Can I see the questionnaire?
Dia kena share lagi. Tekan ni.
Aku tak aktif. Nak share ni?
Afi, kau nak share Afi? Button share.
Kan dia terus keluar.
Itu keluar.
Sir, this is the questionnaire for sleep quality.
Share. Kau ni button dia.
Share the questionnaire. I want to see the questionnaire. What is the type of variable for sleep quality, academic performance? Then you have a stress level. Another one is number of minutes of gadget use, number of hours. Macam nak tengok?
Screen pun, tekan screen.
Sir, can you see?
Yep. So, what is this?
Nak tengok yang questionnaire yang kita buat.
Oh, yang kita buat yang ni.
Tak beritahu dulu ni this is sleep quality.
So, this is the questionnaire, sir.
So, the first one ni, untuk apa ni? 1 until 10 ni apa dia? Represent apa?
1 until 10.
1 to 10 present.
Bukan lah pasal calculation.
Mula try ni dulu. Kita try ni dulu. Lepas tu kita cakap kita gabung dulu soalan.
So basically the questions the respondent have to answer from started to 0, never to very often, and after that we calculated using this using this scoring, and we get the global PSQI. So the total score of 5 and greater indicates poor sleep quality, and below 5 indicate good sleep quality.
So means that the variable of sleep quality is not a continuous lah. It's a categorical variable, right?
But
Can I see your questionnaire? Your data set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So stress level tu mana you dapat 14, 21, 20
Also have to calculate it using the formula, sir.
formula lah. So you use Pearson correlation by using that variable lah.
Yes.
Oh, means that 27 until 40 means high perceived stress. 0 to 30
Yes.
means low stress. Okay.
Yes.
Look back on your data set. So sleep quality. So the higher value of the higher number in sleep quality is stress level ni means the stress lah. The lower
Yes.
the lower value is no stress. Sleep quality.
Yes, sir.
The
Sleep
higher
quality,
the higher value means what is
the
the maximum
highest,
value for sleep quality?
14.
14. So if they get 14, maksudnya apa?
very
A
poor.
very poor sleep quality.
Oh, okay. So then, I think you should do instead of a correlation one by one. I think you should
Okay, sir.
do linear regression on CGPA ni. CGPA as your dependent variable. Oh, what is your dependent variable again?
Sleep quality.
Sleep quality is your dependent variable.
Independent. Dependent is CGPA.
CGPA is dependent. Stress level is independent. How many independent variable you have?
The main one is sleep quality, sir.
Okay.
The stress level is
The other variable. So
They
you
are
have about four. Four
actually
independent.
4 independent.
What are the variable? Stress level, sleep
Uh,
quality, minute, gadget, lagi?
Gadget and
Hours of exam.
number of hours exam for exam preparation.
Okay. I think you should do linear regression. Do you do linear regression? Instead of correlation one by one, I think better you
Okay.
do linear regression to find relationship between independent variable and dependent variable lah. Right? So and then you can also do a descriptive statistics by comparing stress level and between universities. How many university you collect data berapa university ada?
21.
21 university.
21 university, public university.
Yep. Then you can do independent one way ANOVA for to know the stress level among university, and also do a one way ANOVA independent sample t-test on gender, and you can also include age into linear regression. You can also do a comparison of stress level, sleep quality, and minute gadget using one way ANOVA to compare among semesters, universities, gender. Right. So banyak benda you boleh buat kat sini. Instead of correlation one by one kan. So it means nothing. Right. Although it give some meanings lah, but it not really impact you punya study lah. So if you do linear regression, one way ANOVA, compare semua ni, then maybe you can get something from there. Right?
Okay.
Do you
But
understand?
sir, our normality assumptions are not satisfied for the
Akhirnya.
CGPA. Okay.
Not normally distributed.
Not normally distributed lah.
Hmm.
If you want to do linear regression, then I think it's okay because you are measuring normality based on error, based on residual. But if you want to do a comparison on like Money and Nova, independent sample t-test, right? So if the data is not normally distributed, then you should go for Kruskal-Wallis test, Mann-Whitney test. You should try to explore that analysis, right? But first you need to test lah whether the data is normally or not normal. So if the data is normal, let's say for example stress level, you want to know the mean difference of the the difference on mean stress level between universities, right? You test the normality based on universities. Kalau dia normal, then you proceed with one way ANOVA. Kalau dia tak normal, proceed with Kruskal-Wallis test, right? So then you boleh compare dengan sleep quality, minute gadgets, right? Banyak benda you boleh buat, right?
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay.
Alright, sir.
Okay. So I would like to see changes in reporting on result lah.
Okay.
Alright.
So report submit on Tuesday next week, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
If Rabu boleh tak, sir?
Rabu tak boleh. Sebab I tak ada Rabu tu. But
Saya
if
tak ada Rabu.
you
So on
if
Tuesday.
you can do early, then okay lah.
So we
Rabu
can
lambat
check
sangat.
with you first.
Sekarang dah Khamis, lama banyak hari you ada ni. Right?
Okay. On Tuesday, sir?
Yeah, on Tuesday before 5.
Before 5. Alright, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Alright.